107.5 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
In last year's draft, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart, none of them are first-round picks in last year's draft. You look at any scouting stuff, everyone will universally tell you this is a bad quarterback draft. So if Shedeur Sanders is in this draft, a bottom of the first-round guy, and like you said, do I really want to put up with all this stuff? The answer is no. I'll just take Jackson Dart.
David says Mel Kiper was selling Shedeur like he was a used car salesman trying to make the rent. He was actually angry as that draft was going on, just bewildered that Shedeur hadn't been picked yet. And he does this, right? He has his
he locks on guys.
Like famously the Jimmy Clausen thing. Mm-hmm. Like if he doesn't pan out, I'm going to quit. That was 15 years ago, and he still hasn't quit yet.
Still going. Well, that's the thing. Mel will hook up on guys, and he'll die on the hill.
Yes, he will.
Died on the hill last night for Shedeur Sanders. The one thing I like about Mel, though, Mel will admit when he totally blew one.
Sure.
Like Jimmy Clausen.
Yeah.
He'll stand up and go,
I was wrong on that.
I missed that one. If this was 10 years ago, Cam Ward would not have been the first pick overall. He probably wouldn't have played at a Power 4 school before it was all said and done.
He may have had an opportunity to be a grad transfer and go somewhere for 1 year.
And that's
Maybe.
it.
That's it.
That's it.
Nameless Texter says, let's be honest, isn't a huge difference between Sanders, Shuck, and Ewers. If I'm a team like the Raiders or the Saints, I hold off on the third and get either Shuck or Ewers at 68 or 71, respectively. So they think he's going to fall even further down.
He could. Now, I'll tell you, Shuck is an interesting guy. Ewers, I just don't think Ewers is a pro quarterback. I just don't. First of all, he doesn't like to throw the ball down the field, which is a problem. Mm-hmm. And everybody thinks Shedeur Sanders' pocket presence about, holding the ball too long or taking too many sacks. You watch Quinn Ewers once he starts getting pressure. Whew. But to the texter, I like Tyler Shuck. I think he's very undervalued. Part of it is he's 40 years old?
Yeah, obviously played at Louisville. But I saw him gaining a lot more steam the closer we got to the draft. And, I expect him to probably be one of those guys to go somewhere later in the second round or early in the third round. And, again, not to be somebody's starter right away, but, develop, hang around somewhere, and maybe eventually be that guy a little bit down the line.
So we go to our correspondent in Baton Rouge, right outside the basketball complex, Tyler Head. You have breaking Gamecock news there in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, perhaps the worst-kept secret of the past 24 hours. It's official per her Instagram. Malaysia Fulwiley is heading to LSU to go play for Kim Mulkey via the transfer portal.
And again, we've been saying this over and over again lately. We're not shocked. It's been out there for a few days.
Yeah. Again, the Flau'jae Johnson's coming back for another year. Obviously, that's a team that is always going to be a factor in the SEC. And adding Fulwiley, that obviously helps them out a lot. I believe this would be the year that Carolina goes to LSU, if I'm thinking correctly. Let's see. Yeah, they'll be at LSU this upcoming season.
If you want to get yourself in the conversation for postseason, if you don't do that, then you got to go to Hooter and go crazy.
Got to go to Hooter?
Yeah, you got to go to Hooters and go crazy.
I think they got to go to Hoover.
No, you got to go to Hooters. Go crazy.
There's probably a Hooters in Hoover.
You got to go to Hoover and go crazy. Or you go to Hooter and go crazy.
Well, you know what? If you lose, then maybe you just go to Hooter.
If you lose at Hoover, you go over to Hooter, which is like a mile west of Hoover.
There you go. There's your strategy.